Okay guys, just going to preview the Wednesday night meeting for March the 14th. I have to admit I'm not overly enthused by the meeting and was actually contemplating not just giving it a miss, but just for consistency's sake I thought I should, as I've done one for nearly every other Wednesday night meeting. But as you can see, rails at 9, penetrometer in the good range, meant to be warm and hot again today. It's sort of at 2 o'clock Tuesday, and obviously good weather forecast again tomorrow. So generally when the rail's at 9 metres with the good track, it does play towards lead fence horses, and conversely if it rains when it's out that far, it can also be an outside rail gig. So, but I think we can safely say we're not going to get any rain. So, and the other thing too, like you can see, there's only total number of starters 66 acceptors in 7 races, and I think there's probably going to be, I don't know, 12 to 15 scratchings, as a few of them raced on Monday. So we're probably going to have about 7 or 8 acceptors in each race. And that's the other thing as well, with small fields are generally on speed dominant as horses find their spot, and they don't have to really fight or push early. So bit of a double whammy there. But anyway, we'll get into it. First race is for the maidens over the 1600. Pretty even lot. These Russians probably got the best race form in the race, dropping back from 2100 back to 1600. I think it's probably better suited at 1600. Barrier 1, it's probably the one, but you just got a couple of question marks there. Couple here came through the same race. A few of them actually through the same race on Launceston Cup Day, Kent Street, CNU. Both ran well, both sort of in a blanket finish. Form's been a bit iffy out of that. I did actually back CNU that day at big odds, so it was on at $41. Probably going to have to cop about a tenth of that this week. Did hit the line very well, but gave the indication that another 200 metres definitely won't be an issue, but also had an unimpeded run all the way last time, so don't want to jump in at too shorter odds. It's just a tricky affair, as these maiden miles usually are. And right down the bottom, if you just want to have an interest on a roughie, like its form's terrible, Rodessa, it wasn't as bad as it looked last time. A couple of the duck eggs earlier, it was taking on the Oaks and the Strut Stakes and races like that. So might be well worth a couple of bucks at big odds. Rodessa in the first, just in a race I'm not keen on, but forced to pick one on top, I'd go CNU. So, and horses do have a good record. After I back them at big odds, they tend to lob at their next start. So, the second, and to be honest, I don't know anybody could make a strong case for anything here. There's just question marks coming out of the race. You probably got 3, 4, 5, 6, probably the top ones. Stinker ran well on debut. Pretty fair race in Launceston. Bunker Star, beautiful boy. Showed good early speed on that occasion. Resumes here though, 4 months off without a trial. Blinkers on. You'd like to see a trial or something just to confirm it has come back. Gold Phoenix, good consistent horse. Always hit the line well. Resuming first up for the Royston Car stable. Draws wide, probably gets back a bit. Mystic Molly was okay last time, and Princess of York's model of consistency. If somebody put a gun to my head, I'd probably go Gold Phoenix, but you just can't be confident first up for the new stable without a trial. And like, I own a barrier trial by a big margin, but it was hard ridden all the way, and the others hardly gave chase. So prepared to overlook, even though it doesn't look, when you see it in the form guide, that won a barrier trial by 8 lengths, but not overly sort of sold on that. So first couple not keen at all. Third's definitely the best race on the card, the open handicap over the 1220. And there's never too much between this lot in these type of races. Chill Out, well ridden on Launceston Cup Day. Blaze Force, when I had something on Launceston Cup Day, I don't think there's too much doubt that he should have won the race, that Chill Out won. Held up for clear running from like the 500 to the 100. Tariki had its chance, but Maps get a great run here. Galileo Cerdo drops in weight, barrier 1, probable leader. If there's any leader bias, she might be the one. The only thing is she's definitely as far as she wants at 12.20. The captain will probably keep her on us, so kept us changing my mind here between Blaze Forth and Galileo Cerdo. We're just going to have a look at the Blaze Forth run on Launceston Cup Day. You can see the colours here, sort of the dark colours with the white spots. So jumped in front there and gets grabbed hold of and goes back. If we just watch from here, you see it's trying to work through, and it and Double D get tightened up here. You can just see it sort of climbing all over them. Look, Chile gets unimpeded run up the inside while Blaze Forth still. Just watch it here. It's still not asked for full effort, sort of. And spots the gap and just finally gets full riding now. So I don't think there's any doubt should have won that day. So that's probably where I'm leaning in the end. Just with the doubt on Galileo Cerdo over the distance, I'll err on the Blaze Forth corner. So I'd go 3, 7, 4 and 1. A fourth, which I'll go back to Racing Australia because I've got the scratchings in here. Obviously East Ender picks himself over this trip, providing he's come through the Cups campaign okay. And even at the weights, with the compressed scale, he's getting in pretty well as well. So he's only giving 2.5 kilos to like benchmark 70 horses. So going to be a good things price. And plus, the rail out 9, if it is a one-lane highway on the fence, mightn't be the easiest kill for him in the world either. So but very difficult to mount a case for anything to beat him. Pretty similar case here. Step the pedal, past 2 have been electric. She's going to be a good things price as well. Terrific Fair's one she's ticking over well, but outside gate going back to last, and it's hard to see any tempo. So but she might be the Cornella horse in main danger. And if there's any on-speed bias, Secretary has just grows a leg when she can lead, and she definitely looks the only one with any history of racing on speed. So you'd imagine she's going to get it pretty soft early, and with the rail out, she might even go round at silly odds. So but there's never too much between. Like Stella Trail, should get a good run, and Gone Girl super in the Oaks, and obviously back to the mile, but also going to get back, and Catalyst Fire will be running on as well. But hard to go past Step the Pedal, but whether you want to jump in at the price or not, it's another thing. The 6th, we've got this down to a couple as well in Weekend Whiskey and Zatakla. Weekend Whiskey did beat Zatakla. It was in Hobart. Here we go, back here on New Year's Eve. So that's, talking about sort of, 10, 12 weeks ago. Both have held their form pretty well since. Zatakla in particular, his past couple have been very good in benchmark 82 and weight for age level. Drops back to, 72 grade? Yep. So even with the outside gate, I expect to see him press forward. And even though he goes up in weights 58.5, it's still, if you think he carried level weights at weight for age last time, and beat home the likes of Count Da Vinci and Royal Rapture, and it's at the same weight. So not overly concerned with the rise in weight, probably more with the barrier than anything. But we might just go have a quick look at that Hobart race. Obviously we can measure apples with apples, we're talking the same 2 horses. So, and Weekend Whiskey's obviously the leader.
Get 2 to move up.
And there's a tackler in the blacker colours of the white with the pink diamond. So you can see he's in the middle here. Sort of over races a little bit early. You know, but you see they've both. We've got here Earl Da Vinci. So I think they're definitely the two. There's probably, I think there's only about a 1 kilo weight swing around here in Zatakla's favour, which probably evens it up pretty well. And I just think Zatakla's probably improved a little more since this run, based on the past couple in stronger grade. So he just keeps coming, so the mile's not an issue for me. He was pretty strong at the end of the mile in the George Adams last time, so, or Mowbray Stakes, whatever it's called now. Yeah, so happy to be on him. Yeah, but it's tough, mate. And the last found very tough. A few of these came through the same race last time. It was dead set blanket finish. You'd imagine Bedrock Dreams is scratched as it raced yesterday. Cimarron's Hero was started favourite and was favourite actually in a similar race here about 2 or 3 weeks ago and was scratched at the barrier. Since had a soft trial. Joanne Coney got good form with the claim. Does get in okay, but her first up record's not crash hot. Son of a Fling was good the other day, off the track all the way and boxed on okay. But forced to pick one, I'll go GG Spitfire, just for no other reason that draws well, model of consistency, yeah, but no real push for anything there. So it's a very difficult card to make a case for anything. Like you've got a couple of East End step the pedal, very difficult to see they're being beaten. Smallfields dilutes any real value in the other races as well. Forced to pick a best bet, I will go Zatakla in race 6. You know, it's probably the one I think will win on the card that's backable odds. As said, I do think either Blaze Forth or Galileo Certo wins here. A lot will depend on how the track actually plays, but just think Blaze Forth, you know what you're going to get. Like Galileo Certo, you know, over the 1200, if the captain overdoes it, they both might pop. So I think Blaze Forth's probably the one there. And forced to pick a roughie on the card in the first. Just have a couple of bucks for Odessa. Like I said, you don't have to be Einstein to work out that its figure form's atrocious. But I just didn't mind the last run. I just haven't spent too much time. Like we might go and have a couple of them wasting time showing a Odessa replay, but just to say the method in my madness a little bit. It was actually a very slowly run race. So it's in the red. So she's there actually last in the red colours, and they didn't go overly quickly here. It was so you can see the leaders are absolutely walking here. Here she is back on the inside. Now, sectional times were laughable for this section of the race. Only got to look at them to see they're all just cantering. So here's Rodessa still last. And so it's going to be a sprint home, and it turns into like a on-speed, inside dominated sort of race. So, and widest horse, you know, like she doesn't savage the line, but she does keep coming the last couple of hundred with that 2100 metre grounding. So she's not actually in the picture, so but you can see like all these horses are on speed up the fence, nothing out wide, and she's gone as good as anything out wide in that race. So that's but as I said, you want good double figure odds to have something on. Yeah. So anyway, guys, keep it short and sharp. So best bet race 6, number 3 is a tackler. Forced to pick another one, Blaze Forth, race 3, number 3, and the Bolter, race 1, number 13, Rodessa. So I will wrap it up there. So until next week, we'll leave it there, guys. So thanks again.